You absolutely can overly develop your stress tolerance. And usually when that happens, that tolerance is built around chaos. And I say this through my own experience. When you're somebody who's usually high functioning, which I am a very high functioning person, you can't tell whether you're exhausted from stress, or if sometimes you might feel like, you're just being weak, or, there might be some vitamins that you're lacking. No, it's not always because you're lacking a vitamin or a supplement. Sometimes your exhaustion is wisdom. Your exhaustion is telling you something. It's signaling something to you. You're overly functioning. And it's not because you don't know how to deal with stress. It's because you've learned to deal with stress so well that it's become your default mode. And there's something called a default mode network, which is basically the default mode that your body drops into, okay? For example, if you're the type of person who hasn't experienced a lot of stress in your life, your default mode network naturally falls back into a calm, relaxed state. But if you're somebody that's experienced so much stress in your life, your default mode network naturally switches back to survival, to stress, to overfunctioning, to overexhaustion. So understand that sometimes your exhaustion is wisdom. It's telling you something. It's telling you that you don't need a supplement, that it's not because you don't know how to deal with stress. It's because you've learned how to tolerate stress so much that your default mode network naturally goes back there. So every time you feel that overexhaustion, you have to stop yourself and check yourself and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Because a lot of times you can sleep and you can still feel exhausted. Why? Because your default mode network naturally switches into survival state. So every time you feel exhaustion from your day because you're doing so much, stop, take a breath, understand that you're overly functioning. And whenever you're overly functioning, it's because your tolerance to stress is too high.